Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Owlbear's Roost. I am your host, Odyssey, and I am joined currently by three wonderful role players, but we have a fourth who is on her way right now. Last we left off, Team Toast, as they have named themselves, have begun to make their way to the abandoned town of Lupine. Their intended goal is to prepare the town for soldiers. Soldiers that, in conjunction with those of the south, could perhaps finally clear this cursed wood. They find themselves in the region of Belosium, a cursed land where people are fighting to survive. Last session, they saw two warring factions.
I am here.
Hello. I'm just doing the recap. Two warring factions, or at least two groups. A group of shambling undead. A group of lycanthropes. Associated creatures. During this, a strange creature appeared and seemed to offer her assistance. Was gone very quickly. The group is now huddled up just on the edge of the wood. It's hard to tell what kind of day it is right now, or what time. The clouded sky obscures the sun above. Jade, the companion druid of our group, now begins to explain that her wound may be more infected than intended. She says she has the necessary components to reverse this curse in its early stages. It's really annoying. Rudolph, come here. Come here, young man. Come here. We don't bark in this household. Come. No. Sorry, 1 second. Rudolph, wait. 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 So Lavetta, played by Shanjan, approached Zara, played by Emelina, to check over her wounds. And we'll give it to you, Lavetta. We'll rejoin the group as Lavetta Shannon approaches Zara.
Alrighty. Sorry, I'm a bit out of it right now. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to start this off.
Alright, Zara,
Yeah.
Lavetta has just walked over to you and asked to look at your wounds.
Zara looks at Lavetta. It's pretty apparent on her face that she at first wants to hide how hurt she is, but then she removes her hand off the bite mark and nods.
But kind of just looks. I was gonna say looks her up and down, but that's ominous. Like she just kind of looks over her arm and just like gently, like almost not really grabs her elbow, but just kind of like puts her hand around like the bottom of her forearm and just pulls it to her. I think we should probably get this looked at. Maybe our druid friend can tell us a bit more.
The one with the tarot cards.
Yeah, I know you. Not exactly. I mean, you. The thing is, you probably have some wounds, so I don't want to make things worse. We also probably should get out of the habit of, getting injured. That should the group.
What? Yeah, it's not like it's a habit. It's not like I'm gonna get fucking bitten by a fucking weird wolf thing. Sorry, it just hurts. Sure, yeah, I'm sure. As long as she doesn't say weird shit.
No, it doesn't matter if she says weird shit as long as she heals you, right?
Yeah.
Lavetta looks at the rest of the group.
You know I can
How's
hear you,
everyone doing?
right? Yeah, we're like not that far away from each other. If you want to talk poorly about me, I understand, Miss Zara. But I think you
I'm not-
misunderstand.
I'm just stating fact.
Oh, shit. And I'm stating the threads of fate wrap around you, my dear. Valendo barks, seemingly at nothing.
100%. Yeah, just like barking at everything.
Come here, Miss Zara. Let me look over your wound.
Zara walks over, clearly not happy, but she's not. It's not like moping, but it's also not like with. Yeah, you know what I mean.
She takes Zara's arm, pulls a little bit of water from her water skin over the wound to clear out the dirt. And there's sort of a necrosis to it, but instead of having that green sort of gangly look, it's black. She looks at. I will need to treat this. I don't have a lot of wolfsbane, but I have enough as that I might be able to take care of the two of us. I should warn you, Miss Zara, that...
It's just a bite mark.
Yes, but, well, let me show you. And you see as she takes a deep breath, her eyes glow that dark green, and her hand begins to glow. Wounds across your body begin to heal. However, let's see. The wounds across your body begin to heal. You can add yourself, I did it to GM, but it's 14 points of healing. The majority of the wounds begin to heal across your body. They close up. You begin to feel a little bit better. However, that bite mark stays. The wound begins to heal. That sort of necrosis around it. And that tightness in your muscles remains.
Why is it not?
Well, these creatures that we've encountered, lycanthropes or colloquially werewolves, they transfer their curse when they bite you via saliva, or so we presume. But over the course of about a week, maybe a little bit longer, you will begin to lose control of your mind. You begin to lose control of everything that you know. The rage within your heart overtakes the sense in your mind. And sooner or later you'll be lost forever. Because once you get to that point and your body begins to change, your hair begins to get worse. Spine cracks, your face warps. And at that point it's too late.
Zara looks at Lavetta for a second and then looks away. That's
So,
it.
that's why we're
How are we
going
gonna
to take care
fix
of it
this? Yeah? Can I watch?
now. Of course.
I'm not particularly. I just know the basics, so it'd be useful, I guess, in case this one gets bitten again. And she just looks over it at Zara.
You see as she pulls out
End sentence.
Some-
Sorry. Sorry.
you see as she pulls out some flowers. They're purple in color. They almost look like bells hanging downward. This is Wolfsbane. They hate it completely. She pulls out the mortar and pestle, puts the flowers in the mortar and pestle, and kind of begins to grind it up to a sort of fine, dark purple, black powder. You then see as she pulls out another little small pouch and begins to pour out this silver, almost like sand. This is ground up silver. It's extremely difficult to do. You need a particularly strong grinder to do it. But, we work with the things that we have. She begins to grind it up. I begin to mix it in with the mortar and pestle. You see as she takes a little bit more water from her water skin, pours it in the mortar and pestle, mixes it around a little bit, creating almost like this paste with silver little flecks inside of it. She then takes out some bandages, which would be cloth, gently dips them in the paste, soaking it, and then rubbing the paste along the focused point of it. She looks at you, Zara. My dear, will you give me your hand, please?
Holds out her hand.
She gently wraps cloth around the wound so it's tight. She takes a small little pin to keep it in place. It stings at that spot, Zara, but there is a soothing nature to it. You see as she takes another cloth, wraps up her upper arm where she got her bite. cleans up paste, puts her motor and pestle away, and the various implements that she took out. That will only work if you catch it early. Even a day, it can be too late.
What if you're like allergic to certain metals like silver?
She tilts her head at you.
Is it still able to be treated?
Allergic?
You know, like certain metals like gold and, things can be irritant to the skin.
Sure, but it is much better than losing your entire sense of self.
That's a fair point.
There are magics that better individuals of the arcane and divine can cast to remove such a curse. But that only works before they turn. If you do not... nothing works once they've turned. They're gone forever. But this paste, it'll work for the first day. It's a simple treatment with some relatively hard to get ingredients. The silver has to be ground up, at least in this sort of treatment. Otherwise, you're going to need a cleric to remove such a curse. At this point, Chloe walks over. Knight. Just to my understanding that you brought in a woman who had to see one of our clerics. Told that she was suffering likely the curse. Because of the time that she was brought in, this sort of treatment would not have worked. She had to go to the cleric.
Wait, Georgie?
I'm not familiar with her name, but she was a woman with a child, if I'm not mistaken.
No, she has this.
Well, hopefully not anymore. Hopefully Peter was able to take care of her. But this is what we all had to learn through. Nothing is harder than seeing your loved ones suffer it, and you have no idea what fixes it. It took us 7 years of trying.
In place.
It took us 7 years of trying to even figure out this. Jade speaks up again. Miss Zara, I should warn you, you are going to feel horrible tomorrow morning. Like a horrible cold has come over you. That's a good sign. It's your body's way of fighting whatever it does to you. But it's not easy. So don't feel bad if you do feel horrible tomorrow morning, alright?
She takes a second, but then there's a curt nod. Thank you.
Of course. I don't have a lot of this, so let's try not to get bit. Like I said, it's hard to come by. Silver is in high demand. Weapons, everything. But I will leave it up to you all if you'd like to take a short rest here, or even set up camp. We don't have much longer. Probably little under a day's journey left. But if we were to continue on, set up camp not too far from the town, we could rest and be there by lunch. But I will leave that all to you, since this is your mission. We are only here simply to support you.
Probably setting up isn't a bad idea.
Right here.
Better?
Guys, did I miss something? Did they ask me?
Are you talking to your chat now?
I think she is.
Shannon?
Who, me?
Yes, hi.
Yes.
We could hear you talking to your chat.
What was I?
Yeah.
What did you ask me?
So you were like, you could maybe set up camp for like a short rest and then continue.
Oh, you asking me that? Okay. Okay, that makes... Okay.
So they were like, Zara said, yeah, maybe. What do you think, Lavetta?
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. I'm really out of it right now. I apologize.
You're good.
Yeah, I guess I don't really feel like sleeping, so I'll take first watch.
This gives you an idea of where you are all at.
You shouldn't be joining me. You should be resting.
Sitting is also resting, Lavetta.
She shrugs.
So I will give you guys, it is about probably afternoonish, a little after lunchtime. So if you're rested, it'd be kind of a longer rest here, but it's up to you how you guys want to proceed. So you can get up early, but by how you proceed, I mean, do you want to get up early? Do you want to sleep until morning? That sort of thing.
Well, didn't she say, like, if you rest, then it's like another day?
She was saying that if you walked all the way up, you would probably be on the outskirts. If you finish the day, keep going, you would get there by midday. From here, if you take a long rest here, you'll get there probably nighttime tomorrow. Oh,
as she's, I was attempting to say yes to her, what she said of like the midday one.
So you want to rest later? You want to keep moving for now, and then
rest there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that's what Zara wants. Doesn't matter what. I mean, it depends what the others say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like Lavetta just.
1 second.
Lavetta looks over to the others. We're gonna need your input, guys. I don't really want to make the decisions for the group.
I mean, do we really need to rest?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Aflia?
I don't mind resting, and I don't mind walking. But I am a little hurt. So, if someone wants to help me get patched up before we continue on, then yeah. I'm fine with that.
Jade looks up. So it may be wise that we take a short rest here then, and then move on. That is the choice. You see as she kind of sits back and starts munching on some stuff in her pack. You all may take a short rest. What this means is any abilities that reset with a short rest, you reset. The ability will say so. on that. You can also you are also able to expend hit dice. You have 3 of them. Now, hit dice, what they do is during a short rest, you can roll them to regain hit points. So what that means is, right now you can click on the little hit dice thing on your sheet. It'll roll a hit dice and you can regain that hit points. Now, you will regain up to half of them. We'll round up. So if you use all 3 right now, when you take a long rest, it'll mean that you only get 2 in the morning. All right. So anyone who feels like their hit points are quite low right now, you can click that little hit dice thing on your sheet. It'll ask you how many you want to roll. You can roll multiple times. So go ahead and add 7 hit. It's all right. 7. So you can grab 7 for yourself, Pez. If you want another, you can roll another one. Just make sure you mark it down. Valky, same thing. You know the deal. Alrighty. Does anyone else wish to regain a little bit of health here before they move on?
Lavetta would like to do a perimeter check.
Give me a perception
Walk
check.
around the camp. I will say I do kind of want her to kind of sleep a bit restless tonight, but I'm happy to let that.
Well, they're not
Let
sleeping
that
yet.
be up to you. Well, yeah,
So-
okay.
So right now, what this is just
kind
a
of
short
sitting
rest.
down.
It's like an hour. Yep.
Okay.
You and Valinda make the walk around. Surveying the world around you. This entire time you have something. You feel uneasy. You swear you see things moving. See things creeping around in the dark. The tree branches warping and changing, the shadows moving on their own. You feel like you're being watched consistently. You smell something foul. A dead carcass. You don't know where it's coming from. Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Sneezels. Anything else you'd like to do, or anyone like to do, before you conclude this long rest?
Why did you have to mention there's a dead carcass? I want to know where it is now.
You're unable to discern where it's coming from. You just smell
Okay.
it. It smells foul, though.
Do I notice any? Are there any plants or anything that I can gather while I'm looking around?
Give me a nature check.
She hasn't gathered for a while, so.
What are you trying to gather
Rip.
here? Herbs, food? What are you trying to grab?
Trying to gather leaves in order to make tea, but also herbs for like medical stuff. But at the moment, she doesn't have the knowledge as to which herbs make a lot of medical stuff, so it just makes sense that just general foliage.
There is foliage.
Okay.
The sort of image that you see before you is it's not necessarily all leafless. There are plants and bushes and stuff. However, these leaves look sickly. You're a druid, you know what these look like. Darkened, rotting leaves. Some fall apart in your hand as you pick them up. There's little spots of color here and there. red, like blood. You see some bushes have berries on them. It is up to you if you wish to pick them.
She looks over and tilts her head. Normally she would, gather as much as she could, but given the state of the other foliage around them, I think she's going to leave it at this point because, if there's only a few parts of the forest that are living, she's not really going to salvage them for herself. So she's just gonna leave the berries.
Okay.
And then return to camp.
So do you take anything?
While she was trying to gather the leaves off the ground, but because they disintegrated in her hand, she doesn't really have much, I guess.
There are some leaves you could pick.
Nah, she's just gonna go back to camp. Going against the initial decision.
Very well. You are all ready to set out again. Zara, if you need to, you're allowed to expend hit dice.
No, I'm good.
Perfect. You push forward north. You see birds sitting on the branches above you as you slowly walk with the forest on your right. These birds look horrendous, ill, plumes of shadow blowing out of their feathers. One of the birds sitting on the branch, as you begin to watch, keeps an eye on you. Watching. And then it just falls, hitting the ground, a thud. Lifeless, unmoving. The raven-like creatures that are watching fly off as this occurs. Who is leading this group right now? Who's at the front of the pack?
I guess Lavetta is in this situation. She probably would be happy to be at the front, unless
Give me a
anyone else
perception
wants
check.
to be.
Jesus, just fell backwards. I'm good. You take a look around you as you walk forward, leading the group, hopefully, to safety. One second. Sorry, my sister decided to steal my dog. But as you all continue forward, Lavetta, the shadows are not as bad as you head north. it feels like where that fight was occurring, the forest was the worst. There's little life, little sound. You would expect to hear birds chirping, bunnies hopping through the woods. All you hear is the breeze whistling, creaking trunks and branches. The snow crunching under your feet. It's cold. But you make it to forward. The light that you have around you begins to slowly decrease as night comes upon you all. Jade looks at you all. This may be a good time for us to rest. Unless there's any opposition to that.
Lavetta shrugs.
Fine by me.
Good. I will leave it all up to you. How you all like to handle the fire and creating shelter. You see as she takes out her tarot cards and does sort of flourish with them. She pulls a card and looks at it. It's gonna snow tonight. It's gonna be very cold. I would advise bundling up, even holding one another to stay warm. Unless you would all like to try to put the effort in and try to make some sort of snow shelter, we can, but it is up to you.
Lavetta tilts her head and... What about... I mean, snow shelter? Would you and I be able to make something... I've never made an igloo before, but, you know, if we can freeze some of the snow when it comes, I don't know.
An option is, I suppose
I don't
it's
know
not
what supplies we have.
a horrible option, but I was thinking something a little less significant. It's more something like a snow cave in a drift or a Quincy, if you're familiar. But I don't know if we need to do a full Quincy. We could do something simpler in the deeper snow and dig out a space. Maybe under one of the trees. Yes, I don't necessarily have any sort of abilities to...
Lavetta instantly just like walks over to Groff and like grabs his arm, like kind of like tugs. Are you able to help us dig out a hole?
Where do you need the hole?
I now have a hole digger. Where do we go? Which tree?
Oh, well, that tree over there seems significant. And you see a tree that sort of the roots have come up, but the snow is piled up around them, the roots kind of peeking out. If we were to clear the snow there, I think that would work. I could destroy it, so we, if we dig it out, but if you've got someone to dig it, I think that would be perfect. I think take the snow and pack it in around the sides, create a small little hovel. I don't know if we will all fit. We may have to make a second one.
Alrighty then. Sounds like a plan. And then Lavetta kind of... Oh, go on.
Would you give me... Well, Gruff, you're just digging snow, right? You're not trying to, make something out of it, from what I understand here?
I was told dig a hole. I'm
Okay.
gonna stop when I have to stop.
Give me an athletics check, then. Just to see how good of a diggy you do.
All right. Groff does what every real man does at the beach. Dig a hole. If he does this long enough, eventually more people will come and start digging with him.
Gruff, even though you've got the sort of chains around your arms and the metal feels cold, you're like a golden retriever digging. And there is a large enough hole, probably for 5, maybe 6 of you if you got close. There is always the possibility you could try to make another shelter where you could then split up and keep fires in each of them. But it is up to you.
Is this good enough?
Patting down some of the walls. Yes, I think this will work for a good number of us. Lavetta, I will leave it up to you if you would like us to make another one. I don't know if we're really going to be able to get a fire in any of these, but we can certainly try.
I mean, I'll do what I can. Don't really know. I'd rather the others have. I mean, I'm kind of used to the cold, but I'm not going to ignore a warning. So I'd rather make sure the others have shelter first, and then I'll worry about myself later.
Okay, so we should. Those who are extremely cold right now, go ahead and take that shelter. Start making a small hole in the center, and we can put the fire in there. We will need a hole for the smoke to escape at the top, but I don't think that's too difficult. Gruff, do you have it in you to dig more, or shall we try to find an alternative way to dig out the second one?
The first one was a bit easy. Huh?
Very well.
I don't know if I can make one quite as big again, but I could try.
I don't know if we need one that's quite as big, so only for 2 or 3 people. That one over there, that tree, I think would work perfectly for that, if you want to give it a go.
Groff going for digging. Round 2. Electrica Boogaloo.
Go ahead and give me an athletics roll. Groff's got it. Groff's got it. Even though he's never really experienced the snow before, he's digging. Groff, do you have gloves on at all? Or are you just doing this barehanded?
What are gloves? I don't
Okay.
come from a winter environment.
Can you give me a Constitution saving throw?
Gladly.
Is he taking a point of exhaustion for this, or is he chill?
Well,
No pun intended.
Groff, as you finish up digging, you feel this weird sensation at the tips of your finger. They're like numb, And it's weird. You've not really felt something like this before. Where your fingers just feel like they're not there.
I'm gonna do that thing kids do when like something goes numb. I'm just gonna poke at it and like almost start chewing on my finger. Like, what the fuck's going on?
The sort of tips are, your green skin is darker in these places. It's not too bad, but it's definitely pretty bad. Like, in terms of it's like medium, I would say, is probably the best fit.
Yeah.
All right. You all begin to huddle up, and I would like to know the order of the watches. Who is going to watch first? Or would you guys like to take the same order as before?
Lavetta goes first.
Zara already said that she would take the watch with Lavetta a little while ago.
Okay. Ready. I'll have Jade and Melanie take the next one. Chloe and Prim. And then Groff and Elflia will take the last one. You all begin to settle down. The fire's kind of crackling. The two little snow huts that you've made. I'm going to need everyone to make me a Constitution saving throw. Lavetta, you get it at advantage.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, hold on. Should I just do another one?
Mm-hmm. And Graf, I'll have yours at disadvantage as well. So you're not used to the snow. Lavetta and Zara, you take the full brunt of that bitter, cold wind coming down from the mountains. Snow is blinding. Zara, not only do you take a point of exhaustion, you take a second one from your healing of the curse.
How do I track that again?
Should be on your sheet as an option. I think I toggled it all for you.
Oh, I see exhaustion level.
Yeah, so go ahead and push that up too.
Yeah.
So there you go. That those are your downfalls. Groff, once the long rest is over, you are fine. Same thing with Althea. So Groff, you already have a point of exhaustion. You can bring that up to a full once the long rest is over. Lavetta, you will take a point of exhaustion as well.
Alrighty. Where is this? Where do I put this?
It should be below your hit dice.
Okay.
If you don't see it, let me see. No. Okay, don't touch your sheet for a second, please.
Okay.
There you go. Now do you see it? If you reload your sheet.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep, I'm gonna roll full Prim. Sheets. Okay. All righty. It's hard for you to see even 5 feet in front of you. All you can really see is the glow from the fires. Zara, what's your passive perception?
20.
You spot it first. Lavetta, yours is 16, right?
14.
14. Okay. Zara, you spot it first. Out of the corner of your eye, you see, it's like the flash, 2 little lights. Something reflecting the firelight. And then you see a second pair.
Grabs one of her daggers.
Then you begin to see the snout, the teeth, bared, watching you. You see the face, just barely. Creature. Familiar at this point. Or lichen. Watching you. 2 of them. You can only really see their snouts. Their eyes. 2 lights in the snow. But then you see something else. You see the flash of metal. Not quite silver. Likely iron. Shining in the firelight. Small point. 2 individuals come forward. Still hard to see them. You can discern color. The one on the left has a white in color presence to them. Fur, tall pointed ears. One on the left, a dark blue navy. Then something else catches your eye. Something flowing in the wind from the one on the right. A long purple jacket. Pair of trousers. The one on the left appears to be wearing some sort of a leather armor. A rough, grisly voice calls out to you in a language you do not understand. Vasi, mena. Seem confused. The voice stopping as you don't respond. What would you like to do, Zara?
I mean, Lovetta probably also heard that then, presume?
Mm-hmm.
She glances at Lovetta, glances at her dagger, and then looks back towards the figures and just says, "What do you want?"
Does Lavetta understand them?
Mm-mm.
No, okay.
The 2 figures slowly approach, and you can see the one on the right is holding what appears to be a crossbow. A bolt locked. The one on the left also has a crossbow.
I am shitting myself for them right now.
I just put 2 photos in the
Sorry, I
channel
didn't
there.
need to talk in chat. Sorry.
I put 2 I put 2 photos in the chat for you all. What the 2 look like.
Yeah.
The one in white without a shirt speaks up. Sorry, I did not know you speak common. We told you cultists that it would be stupid for you to come this far north. You come here without your alphas. You come here without any of your slaves. Told you it would be a bad idea if you came here.
What?
His eyes narrow a little bit. What do you mean, what?
What does what mean?
What are you wearing? Can you give me an insight
Who are
check?
you?
Both of you?
Oh crap! Should I still do it with a disadvantage?
Nope.
Because it's. Oh no. Okay.
Oh no, yeah, because you have exhaustion.
I needed to
Both
as
of-
well, right?
Yeah, exhaustion.
Both of you
yeah.
need. Yep, both of you need to do it. Oh, I just spilt tea. Oh, I'm good.
There we go.
I'll take the first roll.
Yeah, the first one.
Because no, sorry, the first one. So 15. I'll take your 15. And Zara's 5. Levetta, you're reading their facial expressions. Whilst the foreign creatures to you, they are still sentient, clearly. There's an arc of confusion within them. They're on guard. They don't seem like they're going to attack you without any sort of course, unless you attack them. If they were going to attack you, why would they call out? But they seem confused. They seem attempting to ascertain the situation to get an idea of what is happening here.
Nevada, also speaking in common. We don't mean to intrude. We're simply scoping out our surroundings. These woods aren't exactly safe, so.
He laughs, this sort of almost like hyena-like laugh. The reason the woods aren't safe is your fault. But
We
I'm
didn't
confused.
do shit.
Hey, come on. They're not our enemy. I don't think.
They're accusing.
Hey, to them, we could be out here fucking. I don't know.
Fine.
Why
You
is it our fault?
see him sort of... You see his nose flare, spell, and bring in air rapidly as he sniffs the air. Who do you worship?
No one.
His eyes narrow again. You're not cultists, are you?
Obviously.
His crossbow lowers, but it's still in his hand, still loaded. The one on the left loads as well, just saying. Then who in the nine hells are you?
I think mutual introductions are probably in place here.
The woman speaks up for the first time. I'm terribly sorry. My name is Valerie. This is Andre. We have pleasure to make your acquaintance. Where are you from?
Zara looks at Lovetta, letting her do the tongue. She's not feeling well, so she is realizing Lovetta asked her to be nice, and she cannot be right now, so.
Lovetta, she shrugs off her hood, and so she's just stood there in just like this leather-clad armor now with her side bag. She just wraps it around Zara and looks down. There's a couple of us. We're from various places. I personally don't remember much. We're just trying to get by.
You don't speak the language. She looks at the other man, or the man. Whispers something in a language you don't understand. The man speaks up. You're trapped here, aren't you?
We haven't exactly tried to leave yet, so hopefully not.
You see he begins to gently unload the crossbow and hooks it on his hip. Kind of puts his hands up a little bit. He's wearing gloves. For taking them down. We deeply apologize. The woman does the same thing. If you wouldn't mind lowering your weapon there, dear silvered-haired friend.
She hesitates for a second, but then places her hand in her lap, still holding the dagger. But
May I approach?
Lovetta looks at her and just smiles a little bit. Still a bit cautious, but yeah, she is completely,
Zara sighs and just gives a small nod.
They both approach. They offer out their hand for a handshake.
Lovetta offers a hand first and gives kind of like, not really a firm grip, but just kind of like a, self-assured.
The white-collared one, the male. Put these so the stream can see them now. Now that you guys have seen photographs and know their name. The gentleman who is now shaking your hand, Lovetta, he flips it over just gently, reaches down and gives you a kiss on the sort of, back of your hand. I'm terribly sorry, my dear. And as he lets go and walks back, or kind of lets back a little bit. We mean no disrespect. We thought you were cultists who had ventured too far north. As he does this, the woman kind of rolls her eyes a little bit, as if, she's seen him you do this quite a lot, with the sort of chivalry. The man speaks up again. We are survivors. It's probably the best way to put it. We have a settlement north of here. It's a little bit of a walk, but you are welcome to join us if you'd like. We're both hunters. We saw the light from your fire. Thought you were cultists.
Zara shakes their hands as well, still apprehensive. Cultists are you talking about?
How long ago did you arrive here?
How long have they been there? Like a little over a week or longer.
Time is going really weirdly right now. Her eyes just like shift to the trees.
Yeah, it would have been... So a week here is 5 days. You're currently on the 16th day of Defero, which is the second month. I believe the campaign started the 25th of the last month, which was the last day of the first month. So you've been here for about 17 days.
Well, they've also been in the other... Didn't immediately go to Belosia, right?
It's correct, yeah. Yeah, you guys, yeah, there was other stuff that you guys traveled for a while. I can look
Week
back
or
when
two,
you guys...
3. No, that's fine. I mean, we can...
Let me check. The 10th. Yeah. So you guys got here 7 days ago.
yeah,
Roughly.
a
6, 7
little bit
days
over a
ago.
week, yeah, like I guess. Yeah, so a little bit more than a week.
The cult of Mala. You are understanding the reason for everything that has happened here. We're the only ones who are really alive and of their mind left. We fled from Belosia when everything fell. Some of us returned. But, we've luckily been able to break that curse. At least for some of us.
Zara looks around. I guess we could exchange information, but...
Oh, how formal. Sorry, that's out of character. Give me an email, fam. Sorry. Okay. Lavetta just kind
we
of
have
like...
got the others here as well.
Others? How many are there of you?
A few. 3.
Where are you headed? Perhaps we can help you get there.
I mean, why would you need to help us? It seems everyone's kind of doing their own thing right now.
What do you mean, everyone? You've met more of our village.
We've met a lot of different people.
Alive and of their mind.
She looks over to Zara. Would you say they were of sound mind?
Well, hold on. This is. I need to gather my thoughts, not as Zara, but as me. Are you
I heard a
talking about
cat.
the wolves? Yeah, she just went to the litter box, and she's been. Yeah,
Oh,
I did.
No, I'm.
Are you talking about the wolves, or are you talking about like the little encounters?
Oh no, I'm talking about the... Well, Lavetta is referring to like the previous people, but Lavetta thinks that they're talking about the cult. You know, like the silver swords and all that. Like, you know, like where they were harvesting people's organs and shit. That's who she's referring to, but she doesn't really want to like give that on at the moment, so she's just letting.
I don't know her intentions. Zara doesn't know her intentions.
Yeah.
I was just like, wait.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm just clarifying.
Okay, we've come across several groups of people.
Their eyes widen. Where are they from? From here? From Belosia? Those other survivors?
Well, none of the groups we've met have had very good opinions of Lycan, so it seems.
Tilts his head. I'm sorry, I am so confused what is happening right now.
We've met refugees, we've met
His head tilts to that
people I
word.
don't trust.
Refugees? From where?
You still haven't introduced yourself properly. I mean, what are you guys doing around here?
Oh, sorry, maybe you misunderstood me. My name is Andre. This is Valerie. We are, like I said, survivors. Particularly ourselves, we are hunters. We
Well, yes.
hunt what little game that we can. We have a settlement north of here in an old ruined town. I'm sorry, was that not clear? I do apologize.
Just double checking. Can't be too sure, I guess.
Many of us, all of us really, we're from Belosia. All succumbed to the curse. And we were freed.
What curse?
Well, you said it yourself. Lichen is a good word for it. I know some people use that.
Sarah holds up her hand. She got bitten.
We, we don't necessarily call it... Well, lichen is a good word for it. I definitely think he's there, but we call it the beast. We call ourselves the rested.
You got bitten?
Goes, oh, we all did. Turned into what you called lichens.
What changed?
We were freed. But, perhaps you should meet our leader.
Perhaps that will be a good idea, yes.
Sorry,
It's 2DM. This was like the first watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it was like, we have people resting. So, in the morning?
Take your rest. Of course, we can keep an eye out and protect you over the night if that would happen. I understand we are strangers.
I
But,
prefer to keep my own eye out, thank you.
of course.
But before they turn to leave, I say Wolfsbane isn't exactly pleasant. Why is that? Do you know?
Tilts his head. That sounded like a vaguely veiled threat. If it wasn't for your tone. You're asking
All
why
I know is
Wolfsbane
that it
affects us.
smells, or something smells around here. I don't mean you.
Oh, yes, Wolfsbane, it messes with all of us. We don't like the smell of it. It's foul. It's ugh. But it is a necessary component. Well, I guess not. It is complicated.
So that's what's
Whoops.
smelling.
Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to send that there to you. Sorry. You already have that sheet, but
Yep.
just gotta pull something up to double check. No, wolfsbane is relatively rare around these parts, but we tend to avoid it. The smell is overpowering. How do you ask?
I mean, this one was just treated with some, so I was
What's
just
this now?
curious if you. I'm trying to learn medicine, I guess, and Lavetta just kind of shifts uncomfortably in place.
Oh, wolfsbane. Treating what?
Pulls out her hand. Bites.
Oh,
Apparently from
interesting.
lichens.
Interesting. We do not know anything about that. All we know is the lunar sacrament.
It was worth a shot. Thank you anyway.
I have so many questions, but I will not disturb your rest. We'll come morning break to you all, and maybe tell your friends that we're friendly. We don't necessarily want to end up with a sword in our back. The two look at you both, confused, but make their way into the wood a little bit.
Lavetta smiles. Look at you
Zara
becoming a
doesn't-
social butterfly.
Still holding a knife.
You at least a little warmer.
Sit down so that you don't freeze either.
You know, I'd rather sit down when we get back. She smiles and just like
Right, we were not
starts
at
making her
the-
way back to camp.
Zara sighs and follows her.
Right. Do you wake up, Jade and Melanie?
Yep.
Jade takes a second. Much appreciated. Hope all was well. Get some rest. Enjoy the fire.
Don't. This will sound weird, but don't freak out if you see what wolf creatures that seem dressed.
She looks at you.
We'll talk about it in the morning.
She lifts her hand up and kind of puts her hand against the back of your like the back of your or sorry, the top of your forehead and trying to like test for a temperature. Are you right, dear? What? You need some rest.
Zara seems very annoyed.
Wolf people in clothing.
Frowns at her.
Okay. Should I tell
Looks
the
at
others? Then
Lavetta.
maybe-
It's a long story. We'll explain in the morning. Just we've got some people looking out for us. Just yeah.
I will pass it on to the next watch. Get some rest.
Thank you.
I'll continue to
Is this a long rest?
Is
short?
oh, someone just joined a channel on accident. I don't know if that was intentional. Yeah, probably an accident. I need to set the channel status too. Alrighty. Althea and Graf. Graf, yeah, I can say your name. You're woken up by Prim and, You're woken up by Prim and Chloe.
What? What's going on?
Chloe looks at you. It's your time to rest. To watch.
But you said to rest. Maybe we can rest more, right?
No. Watch. Apparently we were supposed to pass on something about wolves in people's clothing and how we're not supposed to attack them.
What?
Huh?
I don't know. Apparently Zara and Lavetta said don't attack the wolves in people clothing.
Okay.
Groff shrugs, confused.
I don't know. That's all they said. At this point, it might be a game of. Oh fuck! I gotta think of a name for telephone in this universe. At this point, it might be a
Game of doves flying around.
of whispers. I'll just say whispers.
Carrier pigeons. Sorry.
Yeah, pigeons. We'll call it carrier pigeons. I don't want to use the British term because it's one doesn't fit and two highly racist.
Okay, we won't attack the wolves in clothing.
Right. I don't know. You have a good night, Chloe says as she wipes kind of the sweat from her brow and just curls up in her sleeping bag.
Groff shrugs. He takes a moment. He looks at his fellow party member for this watch, and he asks the most important question.
Oh no.
If a wolf is wearing pants, would they wear them with, like, all their legs in the pants or only the back one?
Depends if it walks on. Oh yeah, you're asking them, not us. Never mind.
I post a classic image in the chat for you guys.
I love how
Shut
Lavetta
up.
is dreaming about that.
Shut up.
Lavetta's just dreaming about it.
Lavetta, can you give me your constitution, or not your constitution?
Yeah,
wisdom
the
saving throw to
thing,
me.
yeah.
I was hoping an intelligence saving throw after hearing that.
Can I do an intelligence saving throw? This is me racking my brains going, what?
Can I do one for the memes, like out of character?
Sure, you could do it for the memes.
Cool.
Final brain cell still intact.
I mean, they don't walk on all fours, Gruff.
I mean, if their
Well, they
clothing
said
was made of
wool.
wool.
Oh yeah, true. They did say wolves. They didn't say werewolves. Okay, true.
Well, are they werewolves because they're wearing pants?
I don't know. See, this is why you don't let the barbarians talk together, because they don't know what the fuck is going on.
Can you give me both a perception check? Yeah, I was making. I was trying to figure out a way to make that joke, Lavetta. Oh, Shan. I was trying to figure out how to do it.
Perception.
Perception, yeah.
Wow.
Althea, you see a really pretty snowflake, and you're just kind of looking at it as it's landed on your leg, and it's not melting. It's just this beautiful crystal. Groff, you see two figures as the light begins to come up in the morning sun, the clouds sort of getting lighter. Two figures approaching, no weapons drawn, standing up in clothing.
Okay, I immediately have my weapons at the ready. Wolves don't walk on two legs. I let it. Yeah, no.
Hey, something's coming.
Huh? What? I was looking at this pretty snowflake. Do I see them?
No, you're just
Where are
really.
Where? I don't see people. Where? Where? I just see
There.
snow.
I literally point at them as they're walking closer.
You see the one, Andre. He kind of does like a little sort of slash wave slash E wave 3, the sort of sassy wave.
I love how I knew which wave that was as well. Like that was.
Yeah.
It's the one I always do, and I like to see. Yeah, I'm here.
How's it going? You must be the companions of the individuals you met before.
Wolves in clothing.
He looks at you. We're not wolves, my dear.
We were looking-
Groff draws his weapons, ready to strike. They're not wolves. We're friendly with wolves in clothing.
Whoa, 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 whoa. He puts his hands up, and the woman does as well. That's just a misunderstanding, I think.
What do you want?
We offered to take you to our settlement. We told Lavetta and I think she called the other one Zara that we would take them.
If you're truly allies, then what are all our names?
They didn't say? They just said there's 3 of you.
Aphlia tries to count how many people, but then loses count.
Gruff, that sounds right. There's at least 3 of you, and you don't really know much past that. Yeah.
Checks out. Do I see any weapons on them?
Yeah, they both have crossbows kind of hooked on their belt. Sort of like a hook on their belt, and then they've like hooked it and it's kind of hanging on the side of their belt.
Okay.
Althea,
Yeah, they've got like a little bunch of,
get their weapons.
Oh, okay. I'll go. Isn't it a bit mean to take their weapons? They seem fine.
I don't trust them.
Just because you don't.
Would you wake up your friends, maybe? It is... you know, more...
They're wearing their pants wrong. It's supposed to be through all the legs.
What?
I look at Ophelia, because clearly that's the conclusion Groff went with.
I mean... Aphlia looks at Groff and then goes back to thinking again. But they're standing up, so they wouldn't be going through all that, like, through all 4 of their limbs.
Yeah, but like paw means feet, right? So the paws are there. That's their feet.
Yeah, but so in some cases, now you say that, now I'm confused.
I mean, we don't have feet for hands.
He looks at his hands that are slowly becoming frostbitten.
Yeah, you've got blisters on the end of your fingers now.
Aphlia looks across fingers and just like pokes at them. Are your fingers okay?
I didn't feel that.
Althea, you would recognize frostbite, considering you're from
You might
the
wanna
Winter Kingdom.
you
I
might
don't
wanna
know.
put your hands.
I've never done this before.
Yeah, no, that's bad. Your fingers might drop off. You might want to put them in your pocket. Warm up your fingers. Like, warm
Alright.
warm up.
Does the male thing sticks fingers in pants?
Oh my god.
The two
How could Groff do this?
the two visitors look at each other. Should we come back?
No, it's fine. The others are still resting. We don't want to wake them up. Plus, it's
Okay.
cold.
Okay.
Even though it
We'll
isn't cold, but yeah.
wait here.
Don't mind him. Don't mind him. And Athlia tries to step in front of him, covering him, but knowing their height difference probably doesn't do a difference.
Althea's tail kind of like just is like hitting Groff's chest at this point.
Yeah, Groff just stands there at his awkward 6'9" height,
Athlia at her 5 foot.
hands in his pants. I like to think it's just like Althea's head is just blocking the groin.
I think that's what's happening. So her tail would probably hit your leg.
I can't breathe.
So, do you both have names?
I'm Athlia. And this one is would you like me to tell them your name, or do you want to tell them your name?
I don't want to tell them my name. I don't trust them.
Then this is Doofus.
Interesting name. Your mother seemed to love you.
Takes hand out of pants, puts in Althea's face.
Athlia leans back, I guess. Like,
It smells horrible.
leans her head back. She
It's not
smacks
clear.
her head backwards.
Groff doesn't shower. Of course it smells horrible.
Yeah.
Plus, it's not like there's a shower anywhere near here.
Would that really be would that be an intimidation check then, or would that just be the
No,
general?
they're both just confused. Ah.
Oh god.
Oh. Well, yeah. Oh, okay.
Gonna say your name, or you just gonna stand there like some weirdo?
As he has his hands back in his pants.
Oh, sorry. My name is Valerie. This is Andre. We have a settlement north of here. Sorry, that is... There's a lot happening here. We met your companions yesterday, or I guess earlier today.
How can you talk?
Looks at Wolf talking.
Athlia just puts her hand to her head and just...
What? It's a wolf. It's like a wolf person.
It's like asking how you can talk.
Well, I'm a fucking person. That thing's like a carpet.
It's not a carpet, though.
Really?
Yes.
Are carpets not like that with a bunch of the hairs?
Okay, carpets can be fluffy, but they are not carpets.
Well, they have feet for hands.
Let's
No, we have hands for hands.
see.
Prove it.
He takes his glove off and shows you. It's covered
Those
in
aren't
fur.
paws.
He's got sort of padding along his hand, like a dog would, but you know, it's still definitely a hand shape. Puts the glove back on. So,
So what do he's just gonna look at Ophelia. Now what?
Guess we continue our watch and have a nice chat with these lovely people that you so rudely call carpets.
They look like carpet people.
Doesn't mean you say it to their faces.
What, you want me to say it behind their back?
Okay, actually, no, that'd be bad. I did be a bad. No, don't.
Hey, could you turn around so I can call you carpet people to your back? Because apparently that's what you want.
That's not what I meant. Oh my god. How?
Is this happening in like hearing proximity to wake them up, or are they quite far away?
You could give me a perception check to see if it wakes you up, but they're relatively kind of a step
They're
away.
relatively far?
Zara's sleeping.
There's
Oh,
no
I'll do
such
one, but
thing
with
as an
disadvantage.
inside voice when you're outside.
Side.
The thing
To a
is, the snow would
disadvantage.
also. Yeah, the snow would isolate a lot.
Yeah.
No, you don't hear shit. The snow would
Yeah.
isolate a lot. If I have someone who's slept in a Quincy before, you can't hear shit outside.
But enough of that chat. What are you guys doing out here?
Oh, we're hunters. Gather whatever little meat we can. We're also sort of gods, I suppose, in a way, but not really gods. But, you know, we're first line of defense. You know how it is.
Hey, Ophelia.
Yeah.
Their
You
ears
sure
prick
you
up.
don't want to take their weapons? They might be trying to eat us. They're hunters and they're looking for meat.
I don't think there's any meat on you.
He holds up his bicep.
Maybe for you.
One, we can hear you.
Ophelia holds up her bicep. What do you mean?
Goes for barbarian off.
Okay, I want strength checks from both of you.
Strength or athletics?
This is gonna be beautiful.
Straight.
Oh, because we're doing like pure muscle. Just give me a blanket strength check.
Okay.
Okay.
Ah.
Groff is bigger.
I have muscles. Like you've seen me. I can, my look. Like I've got my great axe. I can swing it about. I'm. made
You're
of
like a
stone.
wet noodle. Even if you like swing fast, it's still gonna hurt.
What the fuck? I am not like a wet noodle.
That pokes the snowflake
And snowflake
on
melts.
her. Yeah.
I don't know. It looks pretty wet.
What? Athlia kicks him in the ankle and then turns around.
Are you intending to damage him, or just sort of like a playful kick?
A playful kick.
I take it you two are the strength of the group.
Yeah, but he's definitely not the brains, unfortunately.
I gathered such. Yeah, we're hunters. We have a settlement nearby. We're not going to eat you. We were once like you. Well,
Mhm.
not all of us, but, you know, similar. Then we do have a former tiefling. Couple, actually.
Do they still have like horns?
Yes, actually.
So they do have rams.
What? Rams? What? Huh?
Well, yeah, if they're like you guys and like all hairy and stuff, and then they have horns, they're rams.
I don't know if we have any ram people. We've got various. We're not all
Or
wolves.
would
A
that
lot
be
of
a
us are.
goat?
Aflia just looks confused, but is like trying to piece together what he is saying.
Put horns on a werewolf. Is that not a ram person now? That's the logic.
No, yeah, that's why Aflia's like, wait.
As at this point, Lavetta, you begin to stir and wake up just naturally.
Aflia's drawing in the snow, like, trying to draw.
Give me a
like,
sleight of
wolf
hand
person
check.
with horns.
It looks pretty good. It looks like a dog with horns.
Would it be a horn dog? Sorry. Sorry.
I was waiting for that.
I mean, it does kind of look like a.
You can all complete a long rest at this point. Mark down your long rest. Groff, your exhaustion goes away at this point. Everyone else, yours stays because you had it from the night before. I'll
It
mark down a
automatically-
ration as well.
It automatically took down one exhaustion level
Yeah,
when it added
Bop
again.
it up.
Yeah, I
Bop it up,
added it
'cause
back.
I should have technically told you at the end of the thing, but stuff happened in the night, so.
That's all good.
Lavetta hopefully getting up before Zara, just kind of she starts looking around and just wants to see if she can gather some of the crumpled leaves from that she'd seen the night before.
Well, you wake up and
Oh,
you
okay.
see Althea and Groff talking to the two strangers
Oh,
from the
okay.
night.
And they're clearly drawing stuff in the snow.
Yeah, and the two
You see
strangers just look
Althea-
confused.
Aflia points to the two strangers and goes, does it look like a ram to you? Or does it look.
Alrighty. Well, she gets up groggily still. She's still a bit chilly because she doesn't really have her cloak anymore, but she's, smiles knowing that Zara's
Where-
still got it.
Oh yeah, Zara has the cloak, yeah.
Yeah, Zara has it.
Zara is cuddled up like a burrito.
Hell yeah. Burrito time, sorry. No,
I'm gonna
Lavetta
need an
doesn't
intelligence check from Groff. I'm joking. To see if
Oh.
Groff thinks it's an actual burrito.
What's a burrito?
Oh my goodness. Anyway, okay. Lavetta just like tries to she doesn't want to wake Zara up, so she kind of like tiptoes in the snow to the best of her ability.
It's
Over to the
snow,
group.
so-
Yeah, I know. She attempts to tiptoe.
Crunch.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Okay.
you're woken up by you hear as Lavetta face palms straight into the snow, and you look outside. She hasn't made it more than a few feet, and she's laying face down in the snow.
Lavetta, if you wanted to fall for me, I'm kidding.
Gosh.
Don't start now. I'm all cold.
Do you
And she
want to
just
join
sits up.
in the roll? What were you
What?
doing?
What? And then she just
Roll
like
up.
wipes. She just wipes off the snow off her face.
I'm in a roll. It's not too cool.
Chloe, Melanie, and Jade all start waking up. Chloe, who's next to you guys, kind of looks at you. Oh. All right, what was this about? Wolf and clothing?
Wolf in clothing. What do you think it means?
Lavetta
Wolf in clothing.
lifting. Like she's still on her stomach, she's like making at the moment no attempt to actually get up yet because she's kind of like submitted to the cold right now. But she just kind of groggily points to the group, talking to the lichens, and then
Zara
kind of
looks over.
pops back on the
Seeing this,
ground.
instantly grabs her sword.
Zara
doesn't throw
looks
her
and says,
armor.
"Hey, wolf in clothing."
She gets up and just
No, those are
pushes-
carpet people.
She's holding her sword towards the two of them. You see Melanie get up, bow ready. Jade has a staff as well. And all of a sudden, the sort of tension fills the air. The two of them have their hands on their belts. Chloe kind of gives them this look of like, don't pull your weapon. And there is now a standoff in front of you, Groff and Althea, as Chloe has her sword ready. Jade is holding her staff. Melanie has her bow with the hawk on her arm. It is extremely tense.
If the
Lavetta-
carpet people pull weapons, Groff will charge.
Yeah, their hands are
Althea?
kind of on it right now, but they're not.
Leah puts her hands up and goes, "They're fine. They are the wolf.
Zara
in
gets up and
clothing."
walks over. Wolf in clothing. I told you.
They're
It's
lichens.
kind of, and they're
Have
fine.
you? You know, and guess what? We have talked to them. You haven't.
Give me
Well,
a
have I-
persuasion
oh.
check. So,
Disability.
Yeah,
Disadvantage. I mean. Jeez.
mm-hmm. Chloe looks at you. So you do not know how many of those have murdered my friends, my family.
I have an idea. Probably the people that you used to know that got impaled by teeth like I did. You know what? You wanna stab me right now too?
No, you're cured. You haven't turned like they have.
Well, hear them out first.
Lavetta gets up, still
Nobody
somewhat
Gets-
drenched in snow.
nobody gets anything from rushing into a situation. Something
Why
I've
are they
learned.
wearing clothing? What?
Talk to them. Maybe that's what I said. You know.
Athlia speaks up. If they were bad, they would have attacked us already.
She immediately approaches the two lichens and stands not really in front of them, but just like in between, if that makes sense, with them still in view from the opposite group. They're not to be feared, as far as I know. It's not their fault they got cursed. I'm pretty sure we wouldn't want people attacking us if we were in the same position.
Sure, but there's a difference between the curse and the full-on change of one in his body. Like I said last night, or yesterday, once the curse is fully taken over, they're gone forever. I don't know what is happening here.
How long does that take?
Oh, about 5-10 days? But you're fine. You've been...
She looks at the wolves. How long has it been?
Andre speaks up. Several years?
She just turns her head back to the others. It'll look like,
Every time Chloe speaks up, but every time Zara, we've seen what happens. They get bit, they start losing control of their emotions.
Maybe
Curse
there's more
overtakes
than
them.
one thing going on here.
They look just like the people who I lost.
I've seen a lot of people that look just like other people that weren't cursed, and trust me, they did a lot worse shit.
She looks at Melanie and Chloe. Sorry, and Jade. Jade speaks up. Tilts her head. Perhaps they're not wrong. She sets her staff on her back before pulling out a set of cards. She whispers something into the cards, flourishes them and pulls a card before putting it back in a pouch. Ma'am, I think they're right. I think what Zara is saying is the truth. I can't say it, but there's a sense of something familiar about them. Chloe lowers her sword a little bit.
If they wanted to hurt us, they would have done so while we slept.
Nuh-uh, we saw them.
They still could have attacked. I'm pretty sure they would have seen us a long time before we saw them. I'm just saying, giving someone the benefit of the doubt isn't too much to ask. If something bad happens, then fine, we can see to it. But I don't see the point in making enemies unnecessarily. And she just looks back at the two standing next to her.
Chloe looks. I'm gonna go get dressed. Melanie, you keep an eye on them. She heads back and gets her stuff, and you see she starts sort of slowly putting her armor on. Inside the sort of grovel that you guys have made. Melanie still has her bow in her hand. She's lowered it, but
How severe is Groff's frostbite at this point?
it's not too bad. It's
Cool.
blistering, but it's not horrid.
Thank you for watching over us. As well, for as long as you could have done anyway. What were you guys talking about before all of this happened? Yeah. And she looks over at Leflia.
Oh, they were saying that there's people like them, but tieflings, and then Gruff said that they might look like there might be ram people, right? She looks up at Gruff.
Hey, I mean, considering, we're not exactly a cohesive group, I don't really think referring to people as from their appearance is very respectful, but
Gruff is calling them
okay.
proper people.
Chloe returns in her armor. And that's when the two lichens notice something. They look at her. If anyone wants to roll an insight check. As the two... He calls out a language you don't understand. She responds in the same language. It's hard to tell, but as you try to discern what is being conveyed in emotions, there's a confusion. Battery speaks up, now in common. Perhaps there's a lot that we need to learn about one another. She looks at you all. You really ought to come to our village. Especially if you're Belosian. She looks at the three. Yeah. Pack your things. This is going to be interesting. Alright. Does anyone want to do anything before you set out? You pack your things as you push forward. The snow continues lightly. You make your way north. The wolves seem to know exactly where they're going, sniffing the air occasionally, smelling a tree as they continue forward. Soon enough, you see on the horizon, poking through the various trees, the woods, a thriving town. Lanterns lit, people seemingly moving about. It's hard to tell from far away as you get closer, but there is a good number of people here. Thousands. Going about their day. Little figures moving across the city. And as you get closer, begin to notice that they are all like Valerie and Andre. Beasts. Mostly wolves. Occasionally a bear, a rat person, a bull person. All different types.
Are there ram people?
Give me a perception check.
This is the one thing we care about.
Give me a perception check.
I care about this too. Fuck's sake.
You don't see any ram people. You see a wolf. No, you don't. You're hyper fixated on just looking around. You don't see anyone.
Thought there would be more horny ones.
The people, as you enter, like I said, the various different types of clothing, different furs, ear types, completely different animals. It's strange. They're just like the lichens you've seen before, without the shadows behind them, but they're in clothing. Some hold tools as they work on a house. People selling goods in the street. Each and every one of them, lichens. You push your way in, and you begin to notice banners, decorations, symbols upon the banners. If anyone would like to give me a religion check to see if you recognize the banners, you can. But it is up to you if you'd like to.
Nice.
Greens, whites, and blues. People kind of shoveling snow and making a pile and clearing out a, stone paved road. Valerie looks back at you all. Welcome to Lupine. Town once known as Lumbine. It's now a home for our people. I think you should all meet our leader. He's not too far from here. But I'm not going to give you guys the thingy just yet, but I'll show you kind of what the picture looks like. I'm also trying to get all new art and stuff for everything, so please hold as I do that. But yes, you get an idea of kind of what the buildings look like, and there's snow on the ground obviously here. And then they take you to a sort of larger building. Looks like this. Probably once an old estate home. Maybe lord or lady once lived here. But it's well maintained. People doing repairs on some of the stonework on the side. Stairs curve up towards the main doors. People look at you, confused, as you enter. Some whisper to one another. You make your way up the stairs. You're in this beautiful hall. Marble flooring, well-maintained timber along the walls. You led up another flight of stairs on the inside. The top of that central tower. Andre opens, or knocks the door once, and then opens to this sort of war room-like thing, but less a war room. You don't see any figures or anything like that, but various maps and definitely a meeting room of some sort. And at the end of the table, you see two figures. One is... he's going to be the different one. He's going to be in here. There we go. One is a white wolf, similar to Andre. He's got these long, sort of almost like beards and various little metal pieces and such, and adorned with jewelry along his ears, and is wearing a long coat. And he is currently speaking to another individual. Appears to be elven in nature, wearing greens, and you see lotus flowers adorned in his jacket. or his cloak rather. He has long white hair, pointed ears, of a skin color similar to like a wood elf. As you enter, Zara, you notice firstly what they're saying. The individual in this beautiful regalia, wearing the jewelry and rings on his hand and a beautiful long coat, is speaking to the elf. Well, we will figure out a solution for that, Isra. I promise you that. Can't let many more of our people suffer. As the elf bows and turns to leave, he sees you all enter. But it's the Lycan who speaks up. Oh! Well, hello! Welcome to... what is this? And you see as Andre sort of quickly says something in a language you don't understand. He nods. And him and Valerie step out of the room. Or they step to the side, rather. Oh. Foreigners. Well, most of you. To be from Belosia as well. I'm sorry, we haven't had people from far until Israel arrived. My name is Baron Francois Lycos. It is a pleasure to meet you all. I am the Baron who rules this place and protects it. This is Isra, one of the leaders, the Wood Elves, who came and saved my people. You notice at this time, Chloe, Jade, and Melanie, when they hear the name Francois Lycos, seem taken aback a bit. They start whispering to each other.
Can I check if he's telling the truth?
Give me an insight check. You won't know exactly if he's telling the truth, but I can tell you based on...
Yeah.
He seems completely genuine. I mean, it's hard to read a creature's facial features that you've never experienced before, but based on the tone of voice, the way he holds his body, he seems to be opening, welcome, and is guiding you to, you know, he seems welcoming. What might I call you all? Do you have names?
Zara.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Miss Zara.
Lavetta just kind of out of it, looking at like just the influx of wolves around her. She just kind of half-heartedly says, Lavetta. And then kind of regains and makes eye contact again. So, sorry, yeah, Lavetta's my name. This is Gruff and Affleia.
Kind of nods. Rose. The other two, the three rather, are still in shock. I am to understand that three of you come from the other party. I must say I am elated to hear some people survived. But the five of you, I must ask, why are you here? Visions or salvation? I don't necessarily I apologize. I'm still in shock.
She inhales deeply and just decides to essentially, I guess, bite the bullet with this. And well, if we plan on going to Belogia, we figured securing this place first wouldn't exactly be a bad thing to do.
His eyes widen a little bit. You knew of our existence. Am I understanding that correctly? It's at this point Chloe speaks up. No, my lord, we thought you were all dead. We thought Lupine was abandoned. We... She doesn't say anymore. Lyko speaks up. I'll admit we felt the same. To our visitors, so that you understand, when it came to the fall of Belosia, we split in two. Many of us who fled the city and went north, we were overrun by the beasts. But there was a second group that was run by the god captain. And the existence of these three here suggests that not all of them died, like we had previously thought. He sits down in the large chair at the end of the table. I thought them all dead. Well, my manners, I am terribly sorry. I should welcome you all to our town. We have renamed it Lupine. It is a town full of creatures like us. We call ourselves the Rested. I don't know per se. There are willows here as well. But we are the lucky ones who have broken free of the madness, the rage, the daunting inevitability, and the hunger.
How are there so many of you?
Well, we have Istro here to thank. And so the druid finally speaks up for the first time. Oh, I wouldn't say it's my fault. I simply guided them to the gods and helped them calm the hunger within them. Really ought to be thanking the Wild One and the moons for their guidance. Aiko speaks up again. He's humble. The Wood Elves. They found us. And one by one was able to help us calm the hunger. I should say we would not have done it without Lyra as well. But if she had not guided us north towards the Wood Elves, we would never have found rest. We have a good number, yeah. About 7,000 people who are once rested again. I do not know what your intention is here, what you wish to seek with my people, but you are welcome to stay here as long as you wish. There's not anywhere else safe in anywhere below Zia. There's a sort of reverence about him as he's sitting in this chair. You can tell that he's thinking about a lot, trying to figure out what is happening. You all recall the various tales that you have been told so far. What you've been told so far. You recall that when you met with the leader of Sanctuary, that he explained when Belosia fell, the remaining citizens split into two groups. One was led by him and ventured south. The other was led by a lord named Francois Lycos. And they headed north. The leader of Sanctuary believed that Lycos' group had been killed, overwhelmed. That there had been no survivors. To the belief of everyone in Sanctuary, they were all that left of Belosia. And you are now hearing essentially the same thing, but flipped from Lycos. Two settlements of survivors, refugees, fleeing from everything in Belosia, unaware of each other's existence and survival. So as you see Lycos try to discern what the hell is happening, it's clear he's coming to the conclusion that what they thought was wrong. He's not aware of Sanctuary. He's not aware that too many of those people survived, but he knows the three, Chloe, Melanie, and Jade, are survivors in at least some sort of sense.
Veta kind of sighs and observes the group still still in shock. We came here assuming, as our party members have said, we assumed no one was here. This is obviously quite a bit of a shock. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It is our intention. We've spoken to a lot of people who would really like to return to Blosia, but obviously that's not an option right now. So this is going to be the first step towards that.
Return to Belosia.
Why wouldn't you like for the place to be safe again?
We would love that. All of us miss home. But you are aware that it is overrun by the undead, yes?
Mostly. Whenever we try to ask questions, people give different answers, so we assumed it's many things.
So, let me get this right. You understood that Lupine was abandoned, which obviously we had the same assumption, that's why we settled here. What's your intention after coming here?
Lavetta looks at the other group members.
Chloe speaks up. Sorry, my lord. We intend to take out the curse of the Blozak Wood. Stop everything that's happening. If we do that, the threat to Belosia would be no more. We'd simply have to take out those creatures that you mentioned. Isro speaks up, the druid. Oh no, that's interesting. So are you to say that you have found a cure? Or at least, sorry, not cure is the proper word, my apologies, my commons. A deterrent for the darkest of dark. A way to infiltrate the cult. I am impressed. Or are you going in there blind? Chloe looks to you all as the sort of leaders of this clan.
I mean, we didn't really have a cure. I mean, it's kind of why I brought this, to be honest. And then she just kind of whips out the spare kidney that she's got in her messenger bag and just like plops it on the floor. Figured I could probably experiment on this, maybe see if there is some form of cure, but I'm pretty sure it's too far gone now. Kind of makes like a squelching sound as it oozes like human. Like
the various
juice.
were creatures in the room kind of cover their nose. That smells horrible. But I understand the reasoning. Are you aware of the cult and its existence? The alphas, everything that runs wild in those woods.
Well, the place I got this from seemed pretty culty, but I don't know if that's if that's the place you're talking about.
Did they have
That's
a name?
an understatement.
What was her
This-
name again? And she looks over
Silver
at Zara.
sword.
Silver sword. His eyes widen. Oh.
Wait, it's not
No,
the silver sword, is it?
No. But the silver sword being here could complicate things. I can't imagine they're going to take too kindly to my people. Where did you see them?
Saw them at a mill
In the farm fields?
somewhere. Yeah.
No, the cult that we speak of is the cult of Malar. Everyone can give me a religion check except Roth, disadvantage for Lavetta, but everyone else can roll at normal. Unless you have, obviously,
Is it automatically disadvantaged because of my exhaustion?
Yeah.
Or do I have to actively? Yeah, okay, cool.
Nope. You'll have to roll it again. You have to click. I understand what you're asking. No, you just need to just roll it again.
Oh, okay.
Althea? Well, Lavetta, you recognize the name Malar, or Malice, but you can't put your tongue on it where exactly. You know they're a god, but you don't know what they're a god of. Althea, you were an astute listener occasionally when you wanted to be. And you know of the god Malice, or Malar, as a different name that they go by. They are known as the Beast Lord. You know that they have many different names, but they are known as the god of the hunt, the ruler of Carcerai. But beyond that, that's pretty much what you know.
Evelia just nods her head. Think that
They're a cult in the center of the forest. They work. They work with what we call the alphas. Wolf-like creatures that he is a god that causes so much hatred and destruction. And back in the day, they weren't that big of a deal. But they reside at the center of the forest, the shrine of Malar. No one's been able to get in, and many of us don't even recall much of it. We simply... The more you go towards the shrine, the darker the woods get. And there is a point where not any light can stand. So if you have a solution to that, we would be incredibly interested in that.
Depends on the light that's not able to be seen, really. Do you mean light, from like a torch, or do you mean radiant light, or what kind of light are you talking about?
We've tried many different things, but many of us don't intend to go back there. You have to understand, a lot of my people, we were under the control of all of that. I don't know much. You would have to talk to... Well, you would have to talk to Vorwin. But whether or not he's willing to share the information with you all, I don't know. But if you're intending to take back the forest, I'm sure there's a number of the Blades who would take up arms to support you. I don't know what sort of numbers you have beyond the ones I see before me, but it could be something that could be discussed. But you need more information before you descend there. It's too dangerous. You need a way to penetrate the darkness. There's the other complication as well.
She tilts her head.
Ideally, we wouldn't want to kill any of the beasts. We prefer to trap them so that we could cure them. Give them a new life.
Well, I'm assuming there's an entire community of experts here at this point.
Well, that's mainly up to Isaro. He leads the Lunar Sacrament, but there has been complications as of late. But we are working on that.
Complications?
The darkness. But
Well, that was... We've heard a lot about that. People keep telling us the woods, the darkness. It's getting pretty clear that just lighting up some wood isn't really gonna fix this. Well, that was kind of our point. We would like to secure the route there first. So any advice would be helpful. I'm not really a very convincing person, though, so it's probably going to be one of the others that speak to it. What was his name?
Oh, Vorwin.
Vorwin.
Look, I could talk to some people about getting you a proper team. You're not going in there as you ate. There's no way. Chloe speaks up. Well, the intention was that we were secure here and signal back to our companions in our settlement sanctuary. His eyes widen as she says that. How many more of there are of you? Oh, thousands. He seems genuinely happy at that. We intended to pincer maneuver. One team coming from the north, one coming from the south. but with your help, maybe we could do a lot more than that. But we have a lot to learn, I suppose. I am sorry to speak over you, Lavetta, Zara. I know this is your plan.
I know it's actually quite helpful. We have
Anything
pieces of
helps.
information.
It may be wise that we signal back to Sanctuary and let them know what's happening here. She seems out of it is probably a good word for it. Like she's processing a lot of information. Lyko speaks up again. Well, you're not going there tonight, that's for sure. It will take time for us to get everything ready to test whatever light source idea that you have. But there's a lot going on here. I would recommend that you don't so boldly rush in with the hope of a simple solution. If I am to send my people, though, you will need to get the blessing of Lyra. But we can discuss that another time.
Sounds like a plan.
Please enjoy our various shops, inns. Well, we don't really have inns per se, with the taverns, but I'm supposed they could make a room or two for you all. We don't get a lot of visitors. Yeah, the second group after Isro. I'm sure Isro here would love to show you the World Tree. Well, the sapling of the World Tree. Maybe show you the site of the Lunar Sacrament. Isro nods. For taverns, for a place to sort of hold up, if you will. There's a few. Might I recommend a Wilted Rose, which is on the outside of town. It's where a lot of the hunters are. But there's also the Crow's Arms, which is just down the road from here. Tell them I sent you. And they'll try to get you set up. It should be noted, we don't use silver here to pay for things, so hopefully you've got copper and gold.
Lavetta slightly perks up.
I'll pay for your shit, Lavetta.
Oh no, I don't. I mean, I've got copper. I just, you know me, I don't really like.
It's fine.
What?
It's
What?
fine. It's fine.
She just does this like stare, but it's not really intimidating. She just kind of huffs.
Zara's has her blank neutral face. Probably way more intimidating than Lavetta's result then.
Apart from the fact she's still in the hood.
She's still in the hood, 100% still
Yeah.
in the cave.
Isro looks up at you. I would be happy to show you the site of the Lunar Sacrament if you wish to see it. Then I can guide you to one of the inns, the taverns, if you like. Would that please you all?
That'd be great.
Perfect. So if you'd all come with me, Lyko speaks up. Well, actually, the three from Belosia, I would love to speak with you all. Chloe, Melanie, and Jade kind of look and nod. Isro speaks up again. Oh, okay. Well, then the five of you. I'd be happy to show you. Are any of you in need of supplies, food, someplace to sell things? I'd be happy to take you there as well.
Someplace that's a little bit warm.
Of course. Would you prefer to go there now instead of the tree?
Nevada. I mean, I would like to see the tree, but
And we'll go to the tree.
Perfect. It's not too far from here. Guides you down the curved steps and through the trimmed hedges of the promenade in front of the townhouse. You continue down the road, people looking at you. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice behind a collection of houses, this small little pond. And there's this shining liquid. The water looks like it's made of this just beautiful white and blue liquid of, you don't know what it is. It reminds you of the moon, Fengar. Continues forward. You enter the forest, but a well-maintained path. There's still people around, but you begin to notice more. What else? More wood elves and various lichens kind of scattered across the different places. And then you begin to notice the canopy. The trees on the northern side appeared mainly normal, still warped. And the tree on the southern side very much had the that cursed look that you had seen before. But this is completely different. This is a lush tree. And you see kind of further ahead a large trunk. Just a large tree trunk stands before you all. It goes probably 300 feet, or about 91 meters tall. This large canopy just covers this large forested area, and the trees look healthy. They look green, they look lush. Not just the large tree itself, but the trees around it blossoming. Beautiful. Even the winter, the snow beneath your feet, it is still life and beauty. You notice across the branches these white, black, and blue blossoming flowers, almost like lotus flowers, scattered across. The trunk itself is a deep, earthy brown. And at the base of it all is that same white liquid, shimmering like the full moon in the sky. Isro turns to you all. Allow me to introduce you to Neaki. It is sapling of the world tree, Dendrus. I brought it here myself after I received visions. And slowly but surely we began to grow it. It is with the help of that tree there, the that all the people that you have just met have their minds once again.
Levette is currently resisting the urge to give the tree a big hug. She doesn't want to disrespect it.
He looks at
She
you.
just kind of shifts in place.
It's here we perform the lunar sacrament, or at least we did. It's a ritual that my ancestors created. The lycanthropes, not a term that the people of the Lupine use, but it's a term that has been heard before. Whispers of the wind.
Why did you say you did perform the sacrifice? Not sacrifice, sacrament.
Sacrifice? Levette turns her head.
The sacrament is the name of the ritual.
But why did? Why not longer do?
Oh, no longer. So, the sacrifice works by calming the beast inside of them. They still may look like the creatures that you have seen before, but they are of their old mind, to the best of nature's ability. It is the blessing of the gods, Faisi and Eleni. They have their minds once again. The liquid before you, we call them pools of moonlight, scattered across the town. They're a product of the ritual. And many of the people here in this town use them as ways to recharge or feel more connected with everything. They're the gods' gift to us. You also see a base just kind of scattered around on the trunk and on rocks and the ground around. Carved runes kind of gently glow, but not to the sort of brightness. Just kind of, it's clear that they exist there. We, like I said, the lunar sacrament is kind of becoming more difficult. Whatever this shadow is that takes over this land, it makes the creatures different. It makes them we can't cure them. We can't calm them, bring them to rest like we do with the beasts of the others. The shadows remain and fight, preventing the gods from granting them release. It is why that we are not able to bring any more lichens right now. We have a place that we keep the ones that we capture, and we call it containment. It's a humane way of ensuring they can't hurt anyone, but we don't hurt them. We are trying to find a solution to prevent the shadows, or remove the shadows. It's still unsure what causes them. But until we find that solution, we won't be able to help. The shadows only get worse. Wasn't always like this. We're protected, though. But individuals, creatures who spend too much time outside the boundaries of Lupine, they succumb to the curse, whatever it is.
She's different from from them. Afli, do you still have that chain? You know the silver chain?
Silver chain?
Mm-hmm. The bell.
I don't have the bell.
I have
Who
it.
was it? Oh. I was just curious if it
You
worked
want
here
it?
or not. No, I was just curious.
Immediately hands it
And she
over.
Lavetta literally just like takes this just obnoxiously big step back. Her hands just like lifting up, like no, and then it just like drops to the floor.
You're a ding 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 ding.
I don't know. I'm not a silver. Me, it just feels weird. Like that, and she just kind of kicks it over.
Insight check.
Give me an insight check. Okay. So, here is how we're going to do this. Lavetta, to me, you are going to roll either a persuasion check or a deception check. Do not say out loud which one it is. You are simply going to roll it to me based on whether or not you're telling the truth. So if you're not telling the truth, roll a deception check, again, to me, so I know which one it is. Or if you're telling the truth, roll a perception check. Or not perception, sorry, persuasion. Persuasion or deception. Okay.
Alrighty, 1 second.
This is the Matt Mercer way of dealing with...
That's how I do it as well.
Yeah, it's great. Okay. Zara. I'm gonna do something here.
Oh.
Falky, Pezzy, and Shannon. I am going to deafen you guys for a second.
What?
Oh. Oh.
What?
Oh. Oh.
Emelina,
Yeah.
as you look at Lavetta, and she says silver kind of makes her feel uncomfy. That's the bit you were really interested in, right?
Uh-huh.
There is something about what she is saying that is not... She's hiding something. What she said is true, from what you can gather based on what she's saying. She clearly feels a discomfort. She clearly looks discomforted. But there is something larger to that. And your mind pings to her saying the allergic reaction to silver earlier. Now, what that means is up
That
to
I
you to determine.
gather from that? Yeah, but yeah, okay.
I will leave that with you. I'm bringing her back.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back, everyone.
You're gonna have to tell Falky to
Oh, Falky can. Do I need to... Dink dunk.
Ding dong.
No. Keep it as your goof. You goof. That's perfect.
Dink donk. He might be dealing with
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
so we'll keep going. So the bell is on the ground. Do you pick it up?
Zara picks it back up. Puts it away.
As you pick it up and it's sort of dangling, it begins to ring.
So it does work.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, it does. She puts it back away in her bag.
Nevada just kind of looks at the other Lycans that are just kind of stood with her. So
No, there's no other Lycans.
Oh, are they not? Are they not there? Was it just
It's just the druid and
Just the
you,
druid,
Team
okay.
Toast. Team Toast.
Okay. All right. So she just
Wait, there's
looks
none.
at the...
There's none. How far did the bell range again?
Wait, there's not any Lycans around? Oh. Okay. I was just curious.
Nope.
But so not like what would be in the range of the
You
bell
don't
that
know.
we don't know. Okay.
You don't remember.
Interesting. Oh, I do know what it is.
Do you?
No, it's only during a full moon.
Yeah, I think it's extended during a full moon, I think is how it's written. It's still
No more
lit.
than 15. I'm staying quiet.
There is two sounds coming from it,
Okay.
like a melody.
Well, that's a first.
So it sounds. Is it like a different sound from? So you have like the typical that we already linked. Did we already use it with Lycans? Yes, right?
Yeah.
You hung it up in the house of
Yeah.
Featherwind, and it rang. I just need to make a decision on wording on something here.
That's fine.
I am going to say no. I'm gonna say it's a singular sound that's ringing.
One that we've heard before.
It is the same sound, yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
I had to make the decision on something.
I think
I had
I
to
know
be-
what it was. It's fine.
Yeah. Because the wording is
That's why I
very
was
specific.
asking.
Yeah. I'm gonna reword it because it's not my.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Well, is there anything you guys would like to do?
Warm up.
Personally, that's a fair point.
There we go. I have reworded it. Isra looks at you. Well,
I see.
There are two taverns that you may be of service. The Crow's Arm, which is in the town centre, and then the Withered Rose. The Wilted Rose. Both are very fine establishments, and I'm sure that you would enjoy both of them. But I will leave it up to the five of you whether or not you wish to go to either.
Can I pick your brain while the others? Not literally. Word of phrasing. that not really ritual you did earlier. That you healed Zara. Is there any of that you could teach me?
Sorry, no. So
Was it the druid? Oh, the wrong druid.
There's
Sorry, my brain went.
two druids.
Okay, never mind. It doesn't matter. Yeah, never mind. It doesn't matter. Ignore me.
No, yeah, just so you understand, Jade the woman is currently back in the townhouse.
No,
the
she's
main
back.
building.
Yeah. Sorry, mate.
This is Isserel, the wood elf that you met today.
Is there anyone selling anything any healing potions not that I know if those things exist, but it would be nice if they did.
Yes, of course. There's the Lupine General Good. He's ran by one of my own, the Wood Elves. There's also the Acolytes, which is more of like a magic shop. The owner, Gautier, is very kind. There's also the Odyssean Order has a small selection of records here, if that is any use to you. But there's plenty of places for you to go if you would like to buy, purchase, learn anything. I would be happy to take you to those locations.
Lead the way. Graf, you going to the tavern, or do you want to come with? Oh yeah, I forgot he's having issue with his mic.
So are we headed to that store? Or are we doing that tomorrow?
It's up to you.
Are the stores warm?
Yes.
She drags Sarah. All right, let's go.
Zara just walks along.
All right.
I'm imagining Lovetta just dragging Zara along, and the guy that's like knows where it is like it's the other way.
Yeah. She's like tries to be all confident and shit, but she just fails miserably. She's like, yeah, let's go. Oh wait, it's that way. All right.
You all make your way to the shops, the various stores, and exploring this town. As you do that, I am going to call today's session there, especially with the interesting insight check that occurred today. So I would love for you to text me what your thoughts are on that. So we will end today's session there. Thank you very much for everyone who joined me today.
Thank you, Al.
Of course.
Thanking you.
There is lots to do here in Lupine, many stories to uncover, missions, quests, etc. But perhaps you will head towards the shrine and see what you can find. But
do you want to double raid Echo?
I'm actually not ending stream. Oh,
Oh.
is Echo? Is Echo
Echo's
streaming?
live.
What?
Yup.
Why isn't she here then? You sure she's live? Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's
been live for a bit.
I will say she's dealing with some personal
Yeah.
stuff today, so
Yeah,
she's
that's probably.
streaming.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
fine.
But we will end there today. I am not going to be ending my stream. I am going to take a short break here. I'm going to grab a bit of lunch, and then I am going to be continuing on with the game that I was playing yesterday, the detective game. That was really fun. So, the Case of the Golden Idol. So I will be doing that.
Enjoy.
Thank you
Sounds
to all
intriguing.
my players today. and we will see you all next Saturday. I will give a little bit of a sort of fun little spoiler, exciting thing. I am currently moving all of my world building information to the wonderful website known as World Anvil. I will have a public link up once that is all set. So if you are interested in the lore that we have, you will be able to explore that yourself. I may make it locked to Twitch subscribers or something like that. I haven't decided yet. But that will be out there, and you guys will be able to kind of explore the lore once that is there. Is the downside of Roll20. But thank you to all the players today. I will see you all next Saturday at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern. I hope you have a wonderful week. If you are American, happy Martin Luther King Day on Monday. And if you're dealing with the snow, stay safe. Righty. My stream will be back in about 5-10 minutes, and we will continue with the case of the Golden Idol. Righty. Alright, I'm gonna mute you guys on stream.